What is up, you guys? Thank you guys for chilling with me on this Token with Mojo, where we are token every single day. Today, guys, you asked for it. You keep on hitting the likes on the freaking videos. So today, we're going to be doing a reaction to 21 Savage and the era of the mumble rap scene. We've all lived through it. God knows I lived through it. We all know Tekashi 69 was part of the mumble rap scene. All those other rappers were part of the mumble rap scene. Now that we're in 2024, a lot of those motherfuckers have fallen off. Now we're gonna see what's up with 21 Savage, guys. We're gonna see what's up with 21 Savage. Guys, if you are liking this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit me up for more content, man. We're growing. We're growing the brand. We're growing, hopefully start my little mini business on the side, too. Hopefully start a little mini business on the side. And I'm also designing a little mini arcade down here, too. Working on that, putting in the hours on that arcade. Let's get into this reaction video, man.
He used to get bullied online for things like ruining hip-hop, the effortless way in which he raps, and even for the way he pronounces words. But through growth, focus, and persevering through adversity, 21 Savage has outlasted the era he came up in, while so many other rappers have disappeared into obscurity.
I remember when 21 Savage, when he first came out, and I think he was getting a lot of shit because he was from London or something. He was from over across the pond, and everybody found out that shit, and they were giving him so much shit. But let's be honest, for one, Luesta, he's the shit. He's the GOAT. He's the one that's putting out all these videos and everything like that. And two, don't be giving some of these rappers some shit and everything like that, man. They don't deserve it. They on the grind. They doing a lot more stuff than what we're doing. But also give Luesta his freaking shout outs and everything like that, man. The man, the myth, the legend, he hit me up after I reached out to him. I was like, yo, when we doing reaction videos to you? And he was like, yo, do it. Go ahead. So you already know I'm going to be leaving the original video link down below.
And today we're going to be investigating how 21 Savage went from being an absolute joke to becoming one of the most respected rappers in the game. 21 Savage was basically born into chaos. Growing up in the Zone 6 area of Atlanta, he was immediately exposed to some of the horrors that it had in store, including his father being a drug addict. Through witnessing his dad scrape together cash for his next hit, he revealed that the life of a gangster was the way to make money and escape the poverty he saw around him.
My whole life, really. You know what I'm saying? My dad smoked dope, so.
Alright, real quick. So you already know, I already promote this shit every time. You see that money that 21 Savage has right there. Now, we're going to take a second. We are going to take a fucking second here. You see that money that 21 Savage has right down there. That's right there, right? Right? That right there, I will say every single day, is the dumbest thing that you can ever do. Now, having equity, having a credit card, having cars that you're paying off, maybe houses that you're paying off, boats that you're paying off, certain things that you're paying off on time. Yes. Doing shit like this, no. People are going to look at you and they're going to be looking for an opportunity. The government's going to be looking at you and they're going to be like, well, if you got that money, then you can give us a good stack. You will never, ever, ever see me take pictures with money, stunt with money, flex my money, try to flex on people. You want to flex? Take your mom out to eat, buy out, tell her to get whatever she wants. Take your girl out to eat, tell her to get whatever she wants. Spoil yourself, make sure you look good, make sure you're really good and fit, because at the end of the day, none of these people that you're trying to flex on and make sure that you look good in front of is going to give a goddamn. They want to see the end result. They don't want to see the grind. So people, never do this. Never flex your money. Never try to show people, yo, I got my money. Always promote, I'm broke. Even when
Yeah,
rappers
look
do
out
that
down,
shit.
Jay. So I always used to see like him doing little crackhead shit. That's how I knew what crack was. And then, you know what I'm saying, when it got in that grade where like, man, I want them new shoes that all these spoiled that motherfucker got. That's when I start jumping in the street trying to, you know what I'm saying, hustle, sell some little weed. So it's really been my whole life, really, since I was born, you know what I'm saying? I've been involved with the street. But hands on, I'd say about 13, 14.
Although he claimed that he had a
There's,
song or
there's
two
been a lot
just
of
like
guys that's been
everyone else in
on
the
the
hood,
streets.
Savage never really had one day when everything changed. On his 21st birthday, Savage was involved in a shootout with his ops that resulted in him being shot 6 times. While he did escape with his life, his best friend died before his
6
eyes.
times,
To deal with
goddamn.
the pain, this caused 21 to harden himself and turn more ruthless than ever.
Turned into a savage, man. I got on that bull. I was goddamn trying to kill everybody, man. Everybody. If you a nigga motherfucking look at me wrong, B, he's gonna die, B. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, I've had somebody look at me like that. I've had somebody tell me some shit like that. Like, I've had some people tell me, you are so mellow. Like, I've never been around somebody like you. I've always been on guard, like, I've always had to be on guard and shit like that. I've had certain niggas tell me that shit. They'd be like, yo, like, I just want to punch you in the face. And I'd be like, why? Like, why do you want to punch me in the face? And they straight up told me to just create tension. Just because they were on that bout it life. Like, they were so used to being around people that were like about to get them or shit like that. They were always about to get them. That when they finally were around somebody that was not about to get them, that was just like, yo, man, let's just smoke weed and tell me what's on your mind. They felt really paranoid about that shit. So people like that, that's how they live. That's how they live. That to the point where they couldn't be around homies that are like, yo, man, let's just smoke a blunt and drink beer, and they'd be like, y'all trying to get me, y'all trying to kill me, y'all trying to get my money for some way. And like that's the lifestyle that we do not need to be living.
Anybody who owes me money, B. They got on that real goddamn paid in full shit.
Where did you get hit?
My hand, my neck.
Never have
arm,
anybody owe you money.
My finger.
Never
my
do.
collarbone.
You may lose
got
friendships
hit
and
4
shit
times.
like that, but
As
I
well
would
as
rather
causing
lose
him to grow
friendships and not
colder,
have
the
people
whole
owe me
thing
money
was a
than have
wake-up
people
call
owe
for
me money.
Savage that made him wonder if music was the answer. Because if it wasn't for the fast-thinking paramedics that arrived on scene, he could have easily died that night.
They put me on the stretcher, cut my clothes off, put me on the stretcher, boom. She say, goddamn, let's pull up and let's take him now. Because if Sarge get here, he'll fuck around and die. Because they'll be trying to ask him questions before they let us take him away type shit.
Right.
That shit with me like the whole, like after I really was just thinking about it like, damn, how many of my partners who like I wasn't there, but they got shot and they fucked around and died because somebody wanted to question them. After that shit just changed. That's when I really started rapping. I'm just gonna try something.
So the motherfucker realized that if they would have stayed around and questioned him, he would have bled out. If they would have stayed around and waited for the cops to come, he would have bled out and he would have died. But because they rushed him to the hospital and they operated on him and everything, he didn't bleed out and he didn't die. And that's when he came to the realization, like, how many of my mugs, how many of my niggas have really died just because formality. When shit like this happens, you gotta wait for the cops. If the cops are like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes down the road, and the paramedics got there first, guess what? They gotta wait too. I've seen that shit. I mean, I haven't seen that shit like at a crime scene, but I've seen that shit like, if there's a fire department gotta show. If there's somebody that's injured, fire department can't do shit to that person besides giving like basic medical help until the ambulance comes. Once the ambulance comes, and they can take over that. If it's a crime, if there's something like freaking 2 people involved, fire department can't do shit until the cops come. They can handle the fire, but they can't do shit with 2 parties. They can just hold the 2 parties there. That's why whenever you see an emergency, all parties come at the same time, because it's more of like a jurisdiction kind of thing. So if these medical people was just like, fuck it, let's wait for the cops to come so they can ask him what happened, he would have been dead.
something new.
Gifted studio time by his late friend's uncle, 21 began trying to find his flow, and after 2 years of work, he dropped the Slaughter tape in 2015. All of a sudden, he was a major player in an ATL rap
Truly,
scene
people,
that was
I'm thanking you
exploding at
guys
the time.
for
Because from the minute
liking
trap
and
fans hit play
commenting on
the
these
mixtape's
videos.
opening
Like,
track,
yo,
Skirt
straight
Skirt, it was obvious that his sound was so raw and refreshing. This song is still an absolute banger to this very day. And as one user commented, it was one of the darkest songs he's ever heard, which also perfectly describes the next few songs he would go on to release, such as Slaughter King and Free Guwap with Sunny Digital. After gaining some small momentum, Savage kept grinding. But soon, everything would change when he dropped Savage Mode with Metro Boomin. This project was full of what many would consider to be real street anthems, and it was at this point that the mainstream started to take notice of him. And in early interviews, people found out that he was as real as it gets.
They say in the 7th grade.
My question, see, we haven't gone through this whole video yet. Why was everybody going off of 21 Savage for being from the UK and shit like that when his origins was from Georgia and all that shit? It seems like that they found out like his mom or his origins was from the UK. Does it really fucking matter? It's all rap. It's all music. I mean, we gonna see.
You got suspended in middle school for gun possession. Yeah. And you mentioned that in the song called No Heart. Yeah. That was real? There to protect yourself in that grade?
Suddenly getting the call from some of the biggest media outlets
Shit,
and
I remember
interviews,
that shit.
21
Used to
Savage
do
was
those
on his way to
podcasts.
fame and fortune.
I used to watch all
But
those
he had to
things.
experience
That
that
shit was
success
dope.
through the same lens of all the trauma he had experienced as well.
Johnny, that's my right hand, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been calling him right now. Hey, I'm at Breakfast Club, bro. You won't believe me, you know what I'm saying? That's Larry is like, that's my left hand, you know what I'm saying? His mama, me, Johnny, Pusha, Rock, like all of us, we used to, like, Larry mama raised us, you know what I'm saying? Like, we used to stay with her too, blah, blah, blah. Him, Larry and his mama got murdered like 2011.
Damn.
And then Johnny, that's my partner. He got killed 2013. Most people wouldn't even be able to deal with that time. Or it's life though.
While 21 viewed it
That's
simply
fucked
as
up.
the harsh truth of life, for others, merely hearing about his experiences was deeply distressing, let alone
I'm
living
fucked
through
just
them.
by hearing that shit.
But after hearing his story, users would often comment about how much respect they had for him. Despite the hardship he'd faced, 21 kept growing in stature in the rap game. Basically,
I gotta say, I do respect 21 Savage. Straight up, when I was going through some shit, it was XXXTentacion, 21 Savage, Lil Peep, and various other rappers. 21 Savage was part of my top 3. And Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi was on some complete bullshit, like some crazy shit. But those are my top 4 rappers that got me through a lot of shit. Kid Cudi, 21 Savage, XXXTentacion, Lil Peep, and Juice WRLD. Cannot forget about Juice WRLD, dog. I'm still beat up. Till this day, I can't even play some of Juice WRLD's music without getting freaking beat up and shit like that. And I'm like, yo, what? Shit. Don't get me started. Dang.
a year on from dropping his first tape, he was already on the XXL freestyle list, alongside other rising stars like Kodak Black, Lil Yachty, Uzi, and Denzel Curry. Since then, the cipher between these 5 men has taken on legendary status, with each man going off to forge a unique path on their own. However, back then, many considered them to be part of a trend that some hardcore hip-hop fans feared would be the downfall of the genre. It was common to see comments like this.
I don't think that was the downfall of the genre. Well, I mean, it was when Tekashi 6ix9ine came out. I think that was the downfall of the genre. Mumble rap, I think that was just a phase of rap. The shit that's going on right now with Ice Spice, that is the downfall of rap. Rap has been put in the casket and is being lowered down to the grave, while Ice Spice is shaking her ass at the funeral and shit like that, being like, I'm bringing it back, and everybody's crying like, nah, you bringing back stripping, girl. You bringing back stripping. That's all you bringing back. You ain't bringing back rap. You are bringing back the glorifying of stripping.
This one, reading, Never heard of none of them, but I bet they all sound like the same auto-tune mumbling bullshit, unfairly grouped into a category with people like Lil Xan, Lil Pump,
I don't
Ugly
even
God,
remember him.
and other
I don't
artists
even,
who are
Little
seen as
Pump,
not
barely
taking the
remember
genre
him.
seriously. This is something that 21
I
always
can't even take
resisted.
any three of those
I'ma
rappers
keep
seriously.
doing what I do so they can keep talking shit and saying I'm a mumble rapper, but you can hear every word I got now say.
Although, at the time, there were reasons to assume that he would just be a flash in the pan like the rest of them were. He always seemed gone off lean in his early interviews, and the title of his debut album, Issa, was even derived from a meme. After he was mocked for the way he
Damn.
pronounces words during an interview with DJ Vlad.
What does the cross on your forehead signify?
It's a knife.
Meanwhile, he was getting caught brandishing
the
guns
fuck?
at pool parties.
That's a knife? I thought that was some bullshit that the other rappers were doing back in the day when they were putting like crosses and shit like that on their foreheads. I thought it was part of that shit. It's a knife. I haven't been paying attention.
In a way that isn't usually great for career longevity. When it dropped, his debut record peaked at number 2 on the charts and handed him a massive hit single with Bank Account.
That's my shit. That's my shit. I bump that shit all the time, especially when I'm on the grind. When I'm on the grind,
He would
that's
continue
my
to keep
shit.
his foot on the culture's neck for the rest of 2017 as well, turning in the now legendary Without Warning with Offset and Metro, before he guessed it on what would later be a diamond certified single in Rockstar with Post Malone.
Yo,
But even as everything was going his way, it seemed like 21
yo, real quick, we're gonna freaking cut it on that video. Shoot, if you guys like this video, man, don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. You already know. You get those likes up, you're gonna see part 2. Man, you already know why I freaking let these videos go the way that they do. So you don't end up watching a freaking video that's like 45 minutes long and shit like that. So guys, I want to see you guys in part 2 of this video. Dude, let's get to it. Get those likes up. Get those likes up. There's a couple of these videos, man, that you've been getting those likes up. You've been getting those views up. You've been commenting. Get those likes up. And I'll see you in part 2.